So, I think one of the best things you can do in life is get the hard stuff out of your day, out of the way, first thing, man. Like, I've always lived my life like that. I've always tried to do the hardest thing first, just to get it out of the way. And then also, if you do it first, you should be at your greatest mental clarity, most energy. You should be able to do it better than you would do the easy things, if that makes sense. I know a lot of people who save the hard stuff for last, and man, I think that's the worst way to live your life, because all while you're doing the easy stuff, you're just sitting in the back of your head just thinking about the hard thing that you got to do at the end of it. And I don't know how or why people would want to live their life like that. It doesn't make any sense to me, because I've always, for as long as I can remember, from the time I was in elementary school, I would do the hardest homework assignment first. I would do the hardest school assignment first. I would, do the hardest part of my workout first, and that just seemed like a no-brainer to me. But I see so many people who try and save the hard thing for the last part of their day, and then they either half-ass it because it's hard and they've already spent so much energy doing the easy stuff, or they don't do it at all and they skip it. Like when people try and tell themselves, I'm going to go to the gym after work. And it's possible. For a long time, I was going to the gym after work. After we had our second baby, I was not sleeping as well as I should be, which is really an excuse. Not really a good one either, because I'm still not sleeping as well as I should be. But the point is for a long time, I was going to the gym after work. And it is possible. And I would still work out hard, but that's because I'm motivated enough to make it happen either way. I know that if I don't do it, then my life's going to get exponentially worse. And I think a lot of people don't have that mindset or that knowledge that if they don't do the hard thing one way or the other, then their life's going to get worse. A lot of people just look for the comfort and pleasure, the easy way out. And I think that's why you see so many people who are obese, quote unquote depressed, anxious, whatever you want to call it. That is the root of it all, is pleasure seeking and comfort seeking, and avoidance of difficult times, avoidance of hardship, avoidance of adversity. And that's the root of it all. You weren't really able to avoid hardship, adversity, pain, suffering in the way that you are now up until a few hundred years ago, which is also why you didn't hear about people feeling depressed or anxious a couple hundred years ago. I don't know, maybe there's somebody somewhere who wrote a little bit about it, but definitely wasn't as prominent as it is now. And you didn't even really see psychiatry or anything like that becoming a real thing until late 1800s, early 1900s. It's all a product of your environment. It's all a product of your food choices. It's all a product of society at the end of the day. It's created by society to subjugate people, especially men, keep men away from power, success, testosterone, being able to take care of themselves and provide for themselves. That's the root cause of it all, man. And it sucks. That's why you need to fight even harder every single day. Not just men, women too, dude. Women too, the world isn't just out to get men. They're out to get everybody. But obviously men pose the biggest threat because of the strength and testosterone that they possess. Historically and traditionally, men have been the warriors, men have been the hunters, men have been the the people that did the hard work in the world. No matter what, you can say whatever the hell you want. I don't really care. No, that's just the truth of it. So take it or leave it. But what I'm trying to say, the whole point of this is that if you are not first and foremost, creating some sort of hardship or stress or strain or difficulty in your life, you're never going to get ahead. You're not going to get ahead at all. Actually, you're going to start falling way behind. Way behind. And it might not seem like it because everybody else is so soft and pampered and comfortable these days, but that's why the people who do subject themselves to pain, adversity, and struggle stick out even more and stand more, what am I trying to say? They're more prominent, you know? They're even more noticeable and recognizable. It's why people like, I don't know, Andrew Tate, Wes Watson, Kyle Carnahan, people who are trying to take back masculinity and redefine manhood to some extent as to what it is to be a real man. When I say redefine, I mean a lot of these guys, at least Wes and Kyle do. I don't really know about Andrew Tate, but they preach cutting out substances out of your life. You know, historically, men have been taught that they need to have a drink and smoke some cigarettes to be a man, and obviously I was fucking retarded. I mean, anybody can see that now. That was just a bad idea, and I got nobody nowhere except back down a hill. It's like trying to walk up a sand dune, dude. Like, I don't know what that's supposed to help. Running away from your problems and drowning them with alcohol, and then smoking some cigarettes to help deal with your stress throughout the day. I mean, it's retarded. Absolutely retarded. I don't understand whose idea that was, but I mean, the idea was to market it as a manly tool so men want to use it more, and that way they can make money. Plus, it's addictive. I mean, it's like a triple threat, you know? Quick way to make a big buck. Anyway, the point is there is a calling back to manhood and manliness, and men being the provider that they need to be in their household, for their family, for their wife, for their kids, and to not just, you know, be complacent in what they do every day. Not just show up to work, do the minimum amount of effort, go home, sit on your ass, play video games. I mean, I don't understand, like, how people think that that's gonna be conducive to any sort of lifestyle whatsoever, man. I mean, you're just fucking wasting your time. People haven't been able to do that for hundreds of years, even thousands of years. This is all new, you know. It's all within the past few decades, most of it, and it's already shown pretty quickly that it's just a fucking negative sinkhole, black hole, I should say. It's really hard to get out of, man. So the sooner you realize that you're just wasting your time, the sooner you realize that you have a higher purpose and a higher calling in this world ordained by the Lord Christ, our Jesus, our Savior, the better off you are, man. I'm just happy that I caught on before I got too old, man. I mean, this realization didn't hit me until I had my son maybe 2 years ago when I was 24, 25, and even then I fell off a little bit, you know, wasn't doing my best, but it's been reinstilled in me. That fire the Lord has given me is back, and it has been back for some time now, quite a few months, I'd say, and I'm not gonna let it go again, man. I'm not gonna let it go again. It's not worth it. It's not worth the pain, suffering, the setback, because I just want to get ahead, man. I just want to get ahead. God bless you guys.